In this video, I'm going to show you some dynamic and static exercises you can do to improve your hip mobility. So let's get down onto the ground. The first thing that we're going to do is a static move. It's just a 90-90 hold. So from here, we get that name from 90-degree angles on this knee, 90-degree angles on this knee, and then being able to maintain this position. Now my hip mobility needs some work, so you'll see I'm kind of leaning this way. That's okay. If you want to have a chair or something here to support you up against the wall, that works. But eventually what you're going to try to work to is to be able to do this unsupported. Right? And then of course we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So you're going to switch here, and you'll probably notice a difference. On this side I have a little bit better mobility, so I don't need to kind of lean so much. I'm still leaning, I got to work on it. But as over time, if you spend more time in this position, then it will be a more comfortable position for you. You'll stretch out the muscles that are tight, work on the joint capsule that's not moving quite as well as it should, and that will improve. So we're going to make that a little bit more dynamic. So you're kind of starting in the same position, in that 90-90 position, and then you're going to transition from one side to the other. Now people that have really good hip mobility, they're going to be able to do this without support, but I'll show you a way to do it where you can kind of use a post or your hand to improve your support until you get better at it. So from here, all you're going to do is you're going to transition from here and then flip over, keeping your feet relatively same position. So try not to let your feet slide so much. So from here, coming over, transitioning into this position. So this is going to be kind of constant motion. And the previous exercise I showed you, you're going to just hang out there and try to get comfortable in that position. But for this one, it's going to be kind of constant motion side to side, almost like windshield wipers. So you're going to go over, and then as you go over, if you want to lean down a little bit, that'll put a little bit more pressure from the external rotators on the side that's down. We'll kind of pull on the hip flexors on the opposite side. So you can kind of play around with that, but kind of constant motion, getting all the way through here, back and forth. And if this is frustrating and hard to do, just stick with it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And then how to progress from here would be to go from here and then come up into a tall kneel. So from here up like this, bring those hips forward, control the motion back down. So try not to like slot back down like that, but kind of control the motion. Again, you could use your hand as a post to try to help yourself down, and then return to the other side. And then same thing, come up into that half kneel, come forward here. As you come forward, you feel a little pull in the front of that hip, and then back down, and then return to that position, and then up again. The last one I'm going to show you is a lateral side step squat. Sometimes you'll see this as a Cossack squat, but from here, feet together, you're going to reach out here, come down into that deep squat position. Hey, so you can post here if you need to for balance. If you lose your balance, you kind of come forward like that, but kind of basically staying in this position, and this can be a static or a dynamic one. So if it's static, I'm just kind of hanging out here. I can rotate my hips a little bit, and you'll feel this different. The more I rotate and get that toe up, I'll feel more hamstring. The more I come to the side and get that toe down, I'll feel that more adductor or on the inside of my thigh. So you can use this as a static stretch, so just kind of holding it for a prolonged period of time. If you want to increase the length of muscle tissue, I suggest at least 2 minutes, doing like 10 or 20 seconds of it will kind of get that tissue to contract and relax, but it won't extend the length of it, if that's what you're going for. And you're trying to improve mobility, that's what you want. So hanging out here for different periods of time. So again, mostly 2 minutes, and then coming back. The way you make this dynamic would be just to kind of keep moving, kind of like we did with that windshield wiper. So from here, you're coming down all the way into that deep squat, and then coming back down here, and then coming back here. This is a really good exercise if you're warming up to get ready for a physical activity, if that's yard work or going out for a run or whatever kind of physical activity you have planned for the day, doing that dynamic warm-up. This, including the windshield wiper exercise that we did, bottom that 90-90, will be helpful with that. All right, if you like that information, there will be more information in the description of this video below, some more exercises that you also might like. Also, if you like this kind of content, then just make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video. And as always, guys, just keep moving.